Hello, wrestling fans. Aaron Hurt here, pleased to be bringing you another edition of PWA Wrestling on YouTube. It's just about time for the fans to come in and pack the place here at the PWA Arena in Lancaster, Ohio. We have got a tremendous night of action lined up for you. Let's tell you about that right now. Over the next hour, you will see a battle of heavyweight contenders. The Scandinavian psychopath Bjorn faces off with Tommy Forte, plus a huge announcement from our outgoing general manager, Brian Blade, that will affect the future of the entire PWA. And then the match that Brian Blade made on our last edition of the program, the four-way match for the U.S. title, one fall to a finish, no DQs, no count-outs. Rookie sensation, Real Deal Kevin Pruitt, and the former three-time tag team champions Vicious and Delicious, both members of that team, will be challenging Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly for that U.S. title that he won back at Red, White, and Bruised. So let's not take up any more time. Let's get it down to ringside for our opening match here on PWA Wrestling. Set to go with our opening contest here. Tommy Forte taking on the big 400-pounder Bjorn. Forte trying to position himself for another opportunity at the heavyweight title held by Outlaw Tony James. Big knee lift by Bjorn and a clubbing forearm to start things off. There goes the bell. You never know if Tony James slid Bjorn a few bucks to try to just take out Tommy Forte altogether, take him out for good. Tony James most likely in the building. I'm sure eager to hear the announcement from our outgoing general manager, Brian Blade, as most of us are. Bjorn getting warned there by referee Johnny Long for using those ropes to choke Tommy Forte. Let's not forget about the huge match that Brian Blade announced last time. Going to be tonight's main event. A four-way match. One fall to a finish for the U.S. title. Both members of Vicious and Delicious, as well as Real Deal Kevin Pruitt, going to challenge Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly. Oh my, huge hip attack. Connects flush right to the face of Tommy Forte. Forte himself a former U.S. champion, held that title with quite a bit of distinction. Oh, gets the boot up. Once more. Quickly scales to the middle turnbuckle, misses with that axe handle, but able to connect with a huge flying clothesline. Takes the big Bjorn off of his feet. Forte needs to capitalize right here. Makes the cover, hooks the leg. Not quite a 2 count. Referee says it was just 2. But as we said, Bjorn might be the biggest roadblock on Forte's path to earning another opportunity at the heavyweight title. He was one of 2 challengers, the other being Real Deal Kevin Pruitt, in that huge match at Red, White, and Bruised. Where is Forte going from here? Look at the big man walk the ropes. That comes down. Connects right to the shoulder. Very easily dislocate a shoulder. Tear a rotator cuff. Forte working that double wrist lock. Turns it into a hammer lock. Driving the knee into the shoulder. Looks to have picked the body part he wants to try to take out. With Bjorn fighting his way back to his feet. Packed house here in the PWA Arena trying to rally Forte. Oh, big back body drop. And a war cry from Bjorn. Sizing up Forte. Stalks across the ring. Forte trying to drag himself back to his feet, even with the aid of the ropes. It was quite the struggle for this standout young athlete here in the PWA. Speaking of Tommy Forte, oh, big scoop and a slam from Bjorn, just plants him. Forte 250 plus pounds. Oh, diving headbutt. Bjorn caused a few tremors there here. Forte might be done. Musters just enough to kick out. Bjorn's starting to lose his composure. Whatever this wild man has in the first place. Just drags Tommy Forte back to his feet. Sends him staggering into the ropes. Bjorn could be putting the finishing touches on this one here. Oh, but duck under. Cross body. Able to take Bjorn down with that and just about got a 3 count out of it. Great back and forth contest here to open things up. Kind of action we like to bring to you every time you come to on YouTube with PWA Wrestling. What is that? Oh my goodness, it's Tony James. That cowbell. No mistaking that. Diverting the attention of Forte. Oh, and a cheap shot. The conspiracy becomes quite obvious. The plan was, in fact, to try to eliminate Tommy Forte. As you see, Tony James paid off somebody else, whatever he did, to convince Bjorn to fight his battle for him. Forte rallying back. Oh! Full head of steam. Looking for the stunner. If he can make the cover, could be all over. But Forte, again, distracted by... here comes Tony James. Oh, my. Referee has no choice but to ring the bell. Come on. Using that bull rope. Wait a minute, here comes JT Hogg. Tommy Forte, your winner by DQ in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification, Tommy Forte. PWA fans, Aaron Hurt here with you. If you like what you are seeing on YouTube, then don't miss the opportunity to see the action live and in person. The first Saturday of every month at the PWA Arena, 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster. Premier Wrestling Alliance is in action, plus select dates in towns near you. Check out PWAOhio.com for tickets for not just the arena events, but all events. Arena events start at $5. And that's PWAOhio.com for all of your ticket information. Well, fans, for those of you that were with us at Red, White, and Bruised, I'm sure you recall the match between Southern Knight Brian Blade and Nick Stevens for control of the PWA for the position of general manager, which, of course, Brian Blade did win. That made him, yes, that's right. Now, that made him the general manager for the entire summer, but unfortunately, the pages of the calendar have turned, and it is now my responsibility at this time to bring out the man who has now resumed his duties as the general manager of the PWA, Nick Stevens. Well, Mr. Stevens, despite what was a decidedly mixed reaction to the announcement of your return, you yourself must be thrilled to once again be the general manager of the PWA.
Aaron, I am elated to be back right here in the PWA, right here in beautiful Lancaster, Ohio. Aaron, when I drove in this morning, the crowds surrounded my car, singing my praise, Aaron. They are so thankful. Ever since I've been back, every seat is filled. Aaron, it's fantastic. But since I am back as general manager, there's some business I have to take care of. And Aaron, might as well take out the trash. So speaking of trash, Brian Blade, I know you're in the back. I smelled you earlier. Go ahead and make your way out to the ring.
Well, he's asked for Brian Blade to come out from the back. I personally have not seen him. I can't tell you if he's here or not.
Right there, I smelled him.
Well, I guess we have our answer. Let's hear it for Brian Blade, everybody! Well, Mr. Blade, before we hear from, I personally would like to thank you for the job that you did as general manager. Congratulate you on representing the PWA with honor and distinction. However, Mr. Stevens apparently has something very important to discuss with you, so I'll turn the microphone over to him at this time.
Wait. Just a minute. Nick, just a minute. Look, I got some important information I think you should know. Let's go in the back and discuss this.
Brian, nobody cares what your important information is. All of these people want to see what my...
Nick, really, we need to go to the back right now and discuss this.
Look, Brian, nobody cares what you need to discuss. All these people want to hear what I have to say.
Nick, I'm trying to save us a bunch of embarrassment here, bud. Let's go to the back and discuss this like 2 men.
All right, Brian, let's take this back to October, Brian. October, when I had Laverty finish you and I fired you. That was the highlight of my career, Brian. Getting rid of Old Yeller. And then you come in here in December in front of all these people, Brian. In front of all these people, and you say, Nick, I need my job back. I've got grandkids who look up to me and they see what a failure I truly am. And you said, Nick, please give me a job. Please, Nick, give me a job. And I gave you a job, Brian. And then you bit the hand that fed you. For the past 2 months, Brian, you have been general manager. And good job on that. The tickets were at an all-time low, Brian. But besides that, I have something that just brightens my heart to say, Brian. And that is, Brian Blade, you are fired.
Fired. He says you're fired.
Brian
You-
Blade is out of here.
You don't seem to be
Hold on, Aaron.
taking this.
Hold on. Brian, can you please turn up the microphone? Maybe Brian Blade didn't hear me. Brian Blade, you are fired! Yes! Finally taking out the trash! So done with Brian!
See, Nick, I hate to break it to you. I was trying to save you a lot of embarrassment. But look, look, I may not have a job after tonight,
No, you don't.
but it's not going to be because you fired me.
What are you talking about?
You see, the executive committee called a meeting the other night. Yeah, they had a meeting. And they appraised me of all of my activities and decided that I did a pretty good job. Yeah. And they offered me the job permanently.
There's got to be some sort of misunderstanding here, Brian.
No misunderstanding. But don't get too wild up, okay? I turned it down. I turned it down. Look, hey,
You're still fired.
I'm a wrestler. I'm not a corporate guy. I don't wear suit and ties, guys.
You're a horrible
You can see. All right? But
I don't like butts.
they also said, and I quote from the executive committee, that if I didn't take the job, that they were going to get rid of the general manager's position and that there was no way, and I quote in their words, there was no way in hell that they would ever give you the job back.
Brian! No, you're lying! You're lying! There has to be a general manager, Brian!
No, the executive committee and the new president.
Hold on! New president! Who is this new president? I demand to know, Brian! I should be general manager! Who is this new president?
Okay, well,
New president! Come on, tell me! Who is this new president?
all right. We'll let him come out and explain the rest to you. How about that?
Well, if I hear what I think I'm hearing, you're about to find out.
I tried to save you. I tried to save you the embarrassment. I tried to make you do that. You wouldn't listen to me. It's your fault.
You good right there, Nick? You need a hand?
Hey, you know what they say? Don't call this a comeback. I've been here before. Nick Stevens, what are you doing on the floor?
Come on, let me have my job. Let me have my job. Come on. Come on, Chris! Chris! Give me my job back. Come on. You know the numbers were higher. Come on, Chris. Chris. All these people, Chris, they want Nick Stevens in charge. They know what a great event Nick Stevens puts on. Please, Chris. Please. Chris. Chris, come on. Chris.
Okay, hold on. Let's be fair. If you want to see Nick Stevens return as a general manager, let me hear it. If you don't want to see Nick Stevens ever come back here again, let me know.
Give it hell.
Listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. You know what you're talking about, Chris.
That was really close. Do we want to keep Nick Stevens? Or do we want Nick Stevens to go away? Now, I would just like to say, Mr. Stevens, maybe I'm crazy, but I didn't think you did that bad of a job. But man, did the executive board think you stunk. But listen, Nick, here's the thing. On the way to the building today, I talked to Brian on the phone, and I said, Brian, please advise me on what you think the future of Nick Stevens looks like.
Brian, what did you tell him, Brian?
And you know what? I knew he was going to tell me to fire your butt and send you out of here. But unlike Nick Stevens, that's not the kind of man Brian Blade is, and he didn't say that. So Nick Stevens, because Brian Blade didn't want to see you out on the streets, and he didn't want to see you have to beg and grovel to take care of your kids the way you made him, I'm going to offer you your job back.
Yes! Yes!
Don't touch me, it's a new suit.
I'm sorry.
I am going to give you the opportunity to return to becoming a manager.
Yes! Brian, you're still fired!
Just a second. Number one, you're going to have to go find someone because you got a locker room full of people back there that don't think very fondly of you.
Yeah.
So I'd probably get working on that, Nick. Good to have you back on the payroll, pal. Now get out of here.
Franchise player, I have to admit I'm stunned by this development. I have to say, though, you've certainly wielded your executive powers from the get-go.
Well, Aaron, that's what they paid me to do. They want me to come out here, try to turn things around, and man, have we turned things around tonight. Look at you guys. And I think that's just about all. Hey, Brian Blade. Hang on a second. Come on over here. Now, Brian Blade, Last October at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds, you lost a loser must leave match. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And then in December, Nick Stevens brought you back, but he said you'd never wrestle again.
He did.
Brian, I don't have a position in my cabinet for you. I don't need help with anything secretarial. The toilets have already been cleaned. So, Brian, I don't know that I have a whole lot for you.
That's all right. I get it.
Unless, if somewhere down inside of you, if there's still a fire that burns, if somewhere inside of you, you still have the craving and desire to step into this ring, Brian Blade, I would love to offer you a spot back on the active roster.
Well, I guess if they want me back.
Do you guys want Brian Blade back? Do you want Brian Blade back in the PWA? It seems like it's a foregone conclusion, Brian.
Thank you. You won't regret it.
Once again, a member of the active roster here in the PWA, the Southern Knight, Brian Blade. Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon. Main event time here, fans. Four-way match for that U.S. title. We've got to talk about the landmark announcement that you just heard. Nick Stevens with the rug pulled out from under him. Not the general manager as he presupposed. Instead, we don't even have a general manager anymore. We've got a president, and he's the franchise player, Chris Pruitt. He's, of course, the man who previously held that United States Championship. Senior referee Johnny Long holds aloft there, and things are getting started right away. The match that became Chris Pruitt's retirement match was what went down at Red, White, and Bruised, where Randy captured that title for the third time. Randy, of course, a Triple Crown champion here in the PWA. Vicious and Delicious, former three-time holders of those tag team championships, trying to get back on track after that loss a short while ago. Randy taking over on both of them, and here comes Kevin Pruitt to get him a piece of LA Cordova as well. Some teamwork here from these two, disposing of Vicious and Delicious for the time being. Real deal Kevin Pruitt on some kind of roll here in his rookie year in the PWA. Spoke earlier about the heavyweight title three-way match at Red, White, and Bruised, which featured not only Tommy Forte, but real deal Kevin Pruitt. Oh my goodness, here comes Randy up and over. Wipes them both out. The big 6'5", 300-pounder, all the way over the top rope. The 6'5", 300-pounders of yesterday wouldn't even leave their feet. This man's doing dives over the top rope. That's what we love about the PWA, and oh my goodness, the somersault senton from the ultimate risk taker here in the PWA, Kevin Pruitt. Took a bad landing. Referee checking on everybody over there, but Kevin Pruitt may have come down very hard on the back of his head. This concrete floor put it all on the line, as we've seen him do so often. But that's why they call it high risk, as if that needs any further explanation. But all four men down on the outside here in this battle for the U.S. title. And this is no silver medal. This title is defended with as much honor and it has as much prestige as either the heavyweight or tag team titles for all of these men, most definitely. Forearm shot. Oh, but L.A. Cordova fires right back. Both Vicious and Delicious do have quite a bit of potential as singles wrestlers. It will be interesting to see. Oh my! Falcon Arrow did the deal. But not enough to get the job done, as the defending champion Randy re-enters the fray. Oh. Oh, goodness. Action on both sides of the ring here. Huge clothesline. Practically knocks Cordova out of those boots. His partner nowhere to be seen at the moment. Not in this match at least, but it's every man for himself. Some split screen action here, taking a look. Oh! That trash can lid. Oh, goodness. Randy with his eye. Oh, on Morgan Taylor. Oh, Randy able to block the kick. No effect whatsoever. The clothesline pretty much the same, but that drop kick has Randy trapped in the ropes. Kevin Pruitt's got a Singapore cane. I have no idea where he found that. Who may have stashed that under the ring, presumably. But it's being put to good use at the moment by L.A. Cordova, depending on your perspective on things. Up, choking him. The 2-on-1. Nothing the referee can do about it. There are no DQs in this match. Oh! Vicious and Delicious getting a little extreme here in Lancaster, Ohio. Oh, up in the lights with the back body drop. Oh, Cordova, perhaps on the spur of the moment, encouraged his partner to go for the cover, which would have ended the match. Made Morgan Taylor our victor, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, because Randy also wields the kendo stick. Get a look at this from ringside here. Clubbing forearms, getting choked with that Singapore cane right down across the back. Oh, roll up from behind. We have a new U.S. champion right there. No, Kevin Pruitt, just that close. all the spirit of competition between these two men, but there can't be any sort of friendship or alliance. The last two terribly long match of this type. Oh, Cordova picks the leg and drives real deal Kevin Pruitt into the ring post. Tries to roll back in, but Randy with the distinct advantage clamps on the front face lock. Here to provide a little bit of relief is gorgeous Morgan Taylor. Pair of elbows. It's Cordova this time making the cover. Apparently these two have worked out amongst themselves that whichever one can get a pinfall. Big leg drop. Nonchalant cover. Arrogant. Disrespectful cover. Clearly not going to get the job done. And Cordova eschews all pretense of wrestling, dishing out some headbutts, and the same can be said for Kevin Pruitt, dual wielding those kendo sticks until Cordova snatch one. Oh! They're going at it. Having done the damage with that kendo stick, tosses it aside, makes the cover. But Morgan Taylor's right there to give the assist to his partner. Man, this kendo stick, once it got introduced, it changed the whole tempo, the whole tenor of this four-way match, this huge main event for the U.S. Championship. Randy, corner of your screen, scaling the top rope. His opponent's not aware of it. Oh my! Pruitt, though, the one to make the cover, one in the most advantageous position. All four men trying to dig down, trying to find whatever they got left as this match wears on. What a standout edition of the program that we've had here for you. PWA Ohio on YouTube. That opening contest, Tommy Forte and Bjorn. The huge developments with our new president. Oh, not sure what Pruitt had there, but he certainly clocked Cordova with it, and that big boot rings the bell of Morgan Taylor. But here comes Kevin Pruitt. 2 count. Cordova gets the shoulder out. Taylor gets the shoulder out as Cordova sneaks in from behind. Hard for me to keep track of things at this point. Randy had a wide open shot, whichever target he wanted to choose, and selected LA Cordova. Oh my God! Steel chair! Right to the forehead, and he's going after Randy. Oh, this is beyond the pale. This is getting out of control. Oh. Yet another brutal, vile chair shot. Randy is laid out, face down on the concrete floor. The 3 men left standing. Now it's Kevin Pruitt with the chair. Putting the boots. Cordova in the corner. Positions that chair. Where's he going from here? You gotta be kidding me. He cannot be thinking about what it looks like he's thinking. Coast to freaking coast! The real effing deal, Kevin Pruitt. One for the highlight reel of 2019. Oh, but before he can pin LA Cordova, she was most definitely on the way to doing drop kick. Randy crawls back in. Cover, they're close to the ropes. Pruitt kicks out. Perhaps he didn't realize how close he was to those ropes. Morgan Taylor better turn around. Oh, God! You want to talk about payback? This man, Randy, the U.S. champion. Fighting off 3 men to try to retain that title. Trying to walk out of the PWA arena here tonight. Still the U.S. champion. Oh! Malfunction at the junction. Miscommunication there. Cordova reeling, trying to hang on. Trying not to fall off the apron. Randy with the assist. Catches the boot. Feeble offer of a handshake. Oh. Randy just hits another big shot to the midsection. Running clothesline. Vertical suplex. Here comes Cordova. He's got that chair. Oh! Randy tried to get his arm up to somehow fend that off, but again, for the second time in just a few minutes, laid out. Oh! What is this? Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the new PWA United States Champion, the Massachusetts metrosexual gorgeous Morgan Taylor. Well, Morgan Taylor, the PWA locker room is stunned. The fans out here in the arena are stunned. You are now the United States champion. What's going through your mind?
Aaron Hurt, I gotta tell you, PWA United States champion, gorgeous Morgan Taylor, sounds pretty good to me. This U.S. title represents all of of the hard work and all of the preparation and all of the hours that I've put in recognized.
Let's not forget this also represents the benefit of teamwork. Because without LA Cordova, this moment might not be happening.
Listen, LA Cordova is a huge part of what makes Morgan Taylor, Morgan Taylor. But this is a moment for gorgeous Morgan Taylor. And vicious and delicious. We're a great team.
Yes.
But this is my title.
This is a win for us. We did this.
Well, I can tell that your partner is thrilled for the victory, but this is your first singles title as a competitor in the PWA. What does that do to your psyche and your mindset, knowing that you are going to be defending this belt by yourself?
You know, so much of what gorgeous Morgan Taylor does is fighting off the critics, and all the critics for years and years have told me, you're a tag team specialist. Morgan Taylor, you can't win the big one on your own. Well, this proves that gorgeous Morgan Taylor can win the big one all on his own.
With LA!
A little bit. Hey, I did it, baby.
Well, congratulations, Morgan Taylor, the new United States champion, and his partner, LA Cordova.
Tonight we're popping bottles like a championship game. Hit my music!
Right!
Well, I don't know about you fans, but I would have to call this an historic edition of PWA Wrestling on YouTube. Great performance in our opening match by Tommy Forte taking on Bjorn. Unfortunately, the intervention of champion Tony James put a damper on that. But then we have the shocking announcement of not just our new general manager, he is in fact the new president of the Premier Wrestling Alliance, none other than the man himself, the franchise player, Chris Pruitt. And then what do you say about the stunning result of that U.S. Championship match, that four-way match that went all over the PWA arena? All four of those men deserve credit for putting it on the line and leaving it all in the ring. But Morgan Taylor, improbably, perhaps even despite himself, came away with that U.S. Championship, getting what some will probably call a fluke victory over Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly. But you know that Randy, Real Deal Kevin Pruitt, and everybody else in the PWA is going to be coming after Morgan Taylor. And who knows, he might even have to look over his shoulder at his partner, L.A. Cordova. We're going to see how that dynamic is affected by Morgan Taylor now being the United States champion. But that is all to come on future editions of the program here. Make sure that you join us again as we start to close out 2019. PWA Wrestling on YouTube will be back very soon. Until then, my name is Aaron Hurt. Thank you for joining us.